You're watching Betsafe.com. Welcome to the O2 Arena. We are here talking Star Sixes. With me is Alan McInally, Nick Collins and Guillem Balague. And we're going to be talking through all 16 teams in this fantastic tournament. Al, who are you looking forward to, first of all, to seeing the most?
Well, Scotland, obviously, with a bit of luck. Having said that, I saw them in the bar last night at 1 o'clock this morning, so maybe maybe I'm not looking forward. I mean, England have got some very good players that have really just finished playing, but so have Spain and so have Italy. China will be a bit of an unknown, I think, and I don't think by any means that anyone should take them lightly, but of what I've been told so far, I think it might be between England, Italy and Guillem, Spain.
Guillem, your Spain, a strong lineup.
It's a strong lineup, actually. Some of these guys have just been retired.
Yeah.
Capdevila, for instance, played for an Andorran team in the qualifiers of the Champions League just a couple of weeks ago. Albelda is still fit. Mendieta could still play, no doubt about it. You've got Morientes too, so it is a strong team, but see if you agree with this. The size of the pitch is going to be important, because if you had a team that run a lot, then it would be difficult to play here.
I remember. I spoke about this before we came on. I remember when it was in Germany, we used to have a six-a-side competition after the winter break, and it was the hardest, like, sort of preparation for like 11-a-side football. But it was obviously more for a show, etc., etc. And the Star Sixes is going to be fantastic with the players we've got. But don't think for 1 minute that it's easy, because when after a couple of minutes you start breathing a little heavier. The size of the pitch, you're thinking, I thought the pitch would be. I thought it was small, but it's not. It's not as small as you think.
So quality is important.
It actually looks quite big as well, doesn't it? If you've had a little look out there.
Yeah, I mean, it looks. I haven't been down on the pitch yet, but normally it'll be fine, and I would imagine it should be okay. But it's. Trust me, I'm really looking forward to the likes of even like Nigeria, like JJ Okocha said. I think they'll give him his own ball. He'll have his own ball just to play with. But players like that on that kind of surface, looking forward to that. That'll be good.
Nick, you've been covering World Cups since they were in black and white. what about the nature, the temperament of England in a tournament? Can that even apply to Star Sixes?
Well, listen, I know it can go to penalties once it gets to the knockout stages. Let's hope it doesn't from an England perspective. But I'm going to be fascinated to see just how England do perform. I mean, they're the seeds in the group which has Spain. That opening game might be the absolute key match for them in the entire tournament, in a sense. But Stevie G as captain, I mean, he only got to 114 caps. He's got the chance tomorrow night against Spain to make it 115 and equal David Beckham's outfield record. Well, not quite, but you know what I mean.
Are we counting that?
No, obviously not. But listen, they'll take it seriously.
I
mean, Stevie G, Michael Owen, Rio Ferdinand, David James, 4 big names from England's recent past. So it'll be fascinating.
I don't want to interrupt, Mike. I'm going to bring Guillem in. I can't believe I mentioned all the teams I mentioned, and I've just looked over and I've just seen Brazil. I'm like, we've got World Cup winners, Champions League winners, Olympic winners, whatever we've got, they're all probably in there, aren't they?
Names. Rivaldo, who is already, I think, the favourite to be the best goal scorer of the tournament.
Yeah, and he's here. We checked at the hotel.
He will take it absolutely seriously. He doesn't know any other way. Roberto Carlos, who's had his 9th baby, so he may be a little bit fizzy at the moment. Jaded. Belletti, who's just become, I think, ambassador of Barcelona, but still has been playing with the veterans of Barcelona. Gilberto Silva, who doesn't need to run, just intelligent. Dida, Elano, Jalminha, Juninho Paulista. There'll be interesting meetings. Who was the guy that destroyed the career of Juninho with a tackle from behind? Michel Salgado, who's in the national team for Spain. Yeah. So they're friends now. I know they're friends. But it'll be interesting to see how they mix up later on after the tournament.
Yeah. How friendly can you be after that?
I was just going to ask Nick about the Chinese team.
In all seriousness, what's the key to this though? Is it the age? Do you look at the age first, or do you go, let's see how many real top players they've got, or do you say, it might be the fact that it's the fittest, whether they're 41 or whether they're 38?
Well, you joke. Harry Redknapp fancies the Chinese. We spoke to him the other day, and he thinks they're all going to be young. They're going to be training for weeks and weeks and weeks, a bit like Scotland.
I tell you what, I wouldn't underestimate is even like years and years ago. I can remember we went to play a Japanese national team in Tokyo, and we thought we'll turn up and it'll be easy. Now that was 20 years ago. It was the hardest game I've ever played in my entire life. They were fit, they were up for it. Don't think they're coming just to be part of the numbers, China, no way. And they'll have players who can play. I think it might be to do with, the fitness is a big thing out there, it really is. The first half, I mean, you can change it as often as you want, I presume is with the case. and fitness will take a big part of it. But if you've got still that football brain, and you can control the football in a tight area like that, that will also count.
By the
for
way,
something.
you see Phil Neville is around here. When you meet these players, ask them twice if they've been training. Because the first time they will go like, nah.
No.
Ask them again, because they'll say, actually, we've been preparing ourselves. So Phil is one that has been preparing.
Well, here's a bit of Phil Neville trivia, actually. He's one of the very few players who've ever played against China. We were talking about them just now. Made his debut, if I remember rightly, in Beijing against China.
Beijing, yes.
When you and Gary became the first England brothers since the Charltons to play.
That
Do
well.
you recognise any of those names then?
Yeah, I played against a few of these. I'm looking forward to it.
How fit are the guys that you can be playing with? Have you spoken much about how much training's been done?
Yeah, I think everyone's... normally when you come to these things, they're a little bit of a laugh and a joke, but when you say that there's 20,000 tickets being sold, I think you've got to start getting fit and not embarrass yourself. The pitch looks a bit big. That's what my biggest worry is.
I just said that.
The six-a-side on that pitch.
I said earlier on, Phil, I said, don't think for 1 minute you think it's going to be easy out there, because it looks a little bit bigger than maybe some of the other ones.
I'm thinking like me and Rio at the back, or me and Wes, we're going to need a little bit of protection in front of us tomorrow.
Actually,
So.
Phil, who's going to be deciding the team and how you play and who you get substituted and?
Well, I mean,
is
looking
it
at our team, I think Steven Gerrard's the only coach in our team at the moment. So I think,
Has he passed yet, though? Has he?
I think he's passed all his badges, so I think he's going to be our captain and leader. Yeah, but we're all out of work at the moment, Guillem. So no, I think Steven Gerrard's our captain and our leader, so he's going to decide the line. Our spine's quite good when you got James, Rio Ferdinand, Gerrard and McInally up front. I think the Spaniards tomorrow night will be a bit worried, Guillem.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're looking at the odds here. They've got you 65 to win the group.
Me?
What do you think
oh
about
no,
that?
England.
Yeah.
Sorry. I think we'll win the tournament. I really, unless we lose on penalties to Germany, I think we'll.
Well, that's come up.
Yeah, I think we'll do well in the tournament because one, I think we're all young, and I think we're still, a lot of these. I played in Michael Carrick's testimonial with a lot of these guys, and they're still fit.
Yeah.
Probably some could still play in the Premier League. So it's about fitness, and I think we'll do well.
I was going to say, Phil, because a lot of the Italian boys and a lot of the Spanish boys have also just finished playing, and that's going to be a massive advantage out there as well.
The Spaniards are actually, I think they're on paper the strongest team. They look like they've got the most quality, and on that kind of pitch where they play that, like tiki-taki type football, I think they could be dangerous. But I think we'll be okay.
At least two get through, maybe go down to third places.
Well, we play Scotland, don't we, on Friday?
Well,
last game at 10:15.
Well, listen. Do not miss that one, because I've changed my mind. I'm going to play just for that game. But because Phil answered the question about have you been training, I'll tell you how serious it is. Scotland have absolutely been training to play, because when it's on the TV and we have a professional pride as professional football players, you think, it'll be okay, and then you realise it won't be okay, and you've really got to do a little bit before you think, I'm going to get the boots back on, so I really need to make myself as fit as I can possibly be.
And look good on the telly rather than have a big beer belly.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I was speaking to Don Hutchison. I think they have actually been training really hard for this competition. So
there's only one I'm worried about is Paul Dickov. I don't think he's been training.
As in, he looked good in the golf day today, I think. So,
Well, I'm worried about Paul Dickov. It's 10:15 on a Friday night. You think that's going to be all right?
Well, he won't spill a drop. All I'm saying is he won't spill a drop.
Tactically, how important could substitutions be and keeping everybody fresh through the game? Because presumably that's what a lot of the teams will be looking to do.
Yeah, well, it's a 20-minute game, so I think there's rolling subs on and off. So I think obviously you start with your best team and make sure that you keep the best players on the pitch and rotate around them. Obviously, centre forward's a position where we've got Michael Owen, we've got Emil Eski, so I would have thought them two will be rotating. And freshness is going to be the key, because, like I say, that pitch is bigger than what I was told before agreeing to this. So, no, it's important to come on and off, and it'd be important to actually get some minutes on the pitch, because we're here to have a good time as well.
And there should be some great camaraderie between all the different teams as well, shouldn't they? You're staying at the same hotel. I mean, not quite like a mini World Cup, but it should be a lot of fun.
Well, I got in the lift today, and Rivaldo came in the lift. And last time I saw Rivaldo, he scored an overhead kick at Nou Camp against Manchester United in '99, and couldn't get near him. An absolute world star. So, look, you look at the Italian team, the Spanish team, the Brazilian team. Look, it's fantastic names. Some of the greatest that have ever played the game whilst I was playing. So, can't wait to get started.
He got in the lift with me as well, and he kept the ball off me in the lift for 7 floors.
He nutmegged me in the lift.
I tell you what would be really interesting, Phil, just when I'm starting to think about it, if I was playing. Although you're playing the first game, and you'll speak tactically to the lads on how you think you want to do it, it'll be important to watch the next 2 or 3 games after that to see how the other guys tactically are saying, right, we won't play like that. We'll maybe play whatever one really is far up top in whatever way, and that'll be more interesting maybe for the lads that are playing to look and see how Brazil and how China and how Spain etc. are actually playing the game.
I think we're at a disadvantage playing first.
Yeah.
You actually don't know what system to play. You know, you think, do you play 2 at the back, do you play 3 at the back, or how do you set your team up? Do you leave a centre forward as high as possible because there's no offside?
Yeah,
so
correct.
I think you'll see a pattern develop during the day, and it'll be interesting because it's something new, players coming on and off, so you'll be caught by surprise by the freshness.
Yeah.
And like I say, we keep talking about the size of the pitch. There will be spaces for 1v1s and stuff like that.
Sure.
Well, Phil, we know you've got to get off. We've seen other players come in. I'm loving the fact that the closest you got to Rivaldo was in a lift. I'm gonna dine out on that one.
I'm my brother.
Brilliant. Cheers,
Thank you.
Phil. Thanks very
Phil,
much.
well done.
So we're looking at that then. England, Spain. What did you think about the odds at 6-5 to get out of the group, and Spain at 7-5 to win the group?
I think Spain will win the group. And listen, I think Phil's right. England are a strong team, and I'm not saying it because Guillem's here, but I think, having looked at the Spain lads, I know that even Phil's spoken about the fitness, etc., etc. I think Spain will be. I think they'll be close. Hang on a minute. This will be Wes Brown. Get yourself over here. I can't believe we're speaking to another Englishman, Guillem. Hello, big man. How are you, kid? Looking forward to it?
Yeah, can't wait, it looks good.
That pitch looks a bit big, doesn't it?
I just said that, eh? It's because it's 6 aside. No, but I'm looking forward to it. We've got a good little team.
Well, we're talking about the fitness of the lads, and some of the guys have only really just finished playing. There's got to be an advantage, isn't it?
I think so, yeah. Look, if you look at a few of the squads, myself, I'm probably one of the youngest ones playing, so...
No pressure then, eh?
Oh, God. Lots of running, it's no problem.
Have you had a pre-season?
I've done a little bit, actually, yeah.
Have you?
Yeah, I've done a bit. I live in Macclesfield, so I've been doing a bit. Steve Watson there's the assistant manager, who I know well, and he said to come down, so I've been training for about 8 days.
Right. Have you had to rely on each other? Is it a bit of trust thing, right? You're going to get that fit. You're going to get that fit. I'm going to get this fit.
I've only seen Phil Neville. and Emil. I've not spoken to anyone else yet, so we'll have a good chat tonight. See what we're going to do.
I had a lot of confidence in England, but now I'm finding out the regime. What are you thinking, Spain, Guillem?
Well, I'm surprised that it's such an early game. It would have been better, I think, to see Spain-England later on in the tournament, perhaps. But anyway, it's the first one, and everybody's looking forward to it. But in that kind of pitch, I don't know if you had a look at it, but what's more important, to be physically fit or to be talented with the ball?
I think we're going to shoot out the blocks, if I'm being honest. It's only 20 minutes, so I think if we can nick an early goal or so, I mean, it'll help. I've not actually played 6-a-side before, so I'm looking forward to it, but I think an early goal would help.
We asked Phil, see if you answer the same thing. Who's going to be giving the instructions, either tactical or who's coming in and out? Because if we start having a disagreement here in front of camera already.
No.
Is that the Stevie G?
He's got a video. Not Stevie G or Merce, so...
Not Merce.
You got him.
Not Merce.
Why not?
I was just saying, Merce was the only, he's the manager out there. Warsaw, he got a good record.
Yeah.
But no, he doesn't get a good record.
He's got a good record collection.
I'll ask the same question again then. Who'll be pulling the strings for Spain then, do you think? Is it going
There's
to be
so many
Puyol?
coaches there,
Well,
you
that's
know.
what I mean.
No, not Puyol. Fernando Morientes is perhaps the
coaching.
most successful of that group in terms of people that are coaching at the moment. Where's the list?
Can anyone tell Puyol what to do, or does he just do his own thing, Carlos?
He will just get in front of the ball and do whatever he's been told. That's what he's done his career with. But Luis Garcia was playing until recently in India.
Yeah.
Alfonso has got a lot of quality. Mendieta is playing with what they call the legends of Barcelona. He's all over the world playing 11-a-side. Albelda retired only a couple of years ago. Good goalkeeper in Contreras. Salgado is Salgado. Don't get in his way. Morientes and Marchena just retired last season, so top team.
You feeling just as confident now?
No, I'm not looking at the names now. No, it'd be good, and it'd be good just to face some of the lads again as well that we've faced over the years. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Absolutely.
Brilliant, Wes. We'll let you get off.
Join
them. Thanks for
Thank
coming.
you.
Thank
Thank
you. Yeah, there's a lot of confidence coming around. I think we might be able to speak to.
Oh no!
Yeah.
No!
The manager of the England side, Mr. Paul Merson. How are you?
Mate.
Paul, good to see you.
Hello, Nick.
All right, Paul.
Hello, Mr.
Hello.
Merson.
Now, talk about the fitness then.
You don't get
How's
a
the
chef.
regime going?
No,
No.
I'm looking more manager job, really. I'm hoping that the lads didn't see me at Walsall. So yeah, I'm looking at manager's job.
I was just talking you up to Wes Brown, saying you've got the skills, haven't you? You've proved that.
25 years ago.
No, I'm talking as a manager as well. You can organise.
Yeah. At the start, at the start.
Yeah.
So that's good for here. 3 days, 4 days.
The scary thing is, I think you've seen the bar here. Have you seen the pitch yet? Because it's massive.
As I just said, I'm looking at manager's job. Yeah, I'm looking at manager's job. To be fair, I think I am looking at manager's job because I'm playing at 3:40 on Friday in a charity match, like with the sponsors. So that really counts me out of the Scotland game, doesn't it?
No.
I'm not sure.
No,
Just be
I think
nicely
you're a
warmed up for
starter
it.
in the Scotland game.
Yeah, you'd like to think so.
Hey, listen, sorry, Guillem, I was going to say, have you had a look at some of the players like Brazil and Italy and
Yeah,
Spain?
oh.
And there's some fantastic players, Paul.
I mean,
I've only actually just finished playing.
Mac, I tell you, I mean, legends used very loosely in football. It is very. People go, oh, he's a legend. There's some unbelievable legends there. Who finished 10, 20, who finished no time ago.
Yeah.
And it is, honestly, to get this amount of people together, that quality of player is a phenomenal feat. Whoever's done it, it's a phenomenal feat.
Thanks
And I
very
really
much.
mean that.
Thank
I
you.
really mean that.
Thanks very much.
It's phenomenal. It's just, there's some top draw players.
But no,
I mean, I wouldn't like to be doing the COCOM because some of them names,
I know,
there's
yeah.
some long
Well,
names.
to be fair, I'm taking the day off when China play.
They got me doing it.
I'd love you doing the China game. I really would. But when you look at it, I mean, you played against some fantastic players in your career. But have you looked at this and thought, do you know what? I never played against him, and I'd like that.
Well, I never played against Roberto Carlos. I've never played against a lot of these players. I mean, for me, Perez is. For me, he's in the top 5 Arsenal players ever to play for Arsenal, in my opinion.
Yeah.
I think he's a phenomenal footballer. I mean, I'm a massive fan of Balague. I mean, Roberto Carlos. I mean, he's up there with the best in the world of all time, let alone in his club or his country. I mean, in the whole of the world. So, it's a phenomenal turnout. Usually, I've played in things like this before, and you get a turnout of 1 or 2. I mean, Steven Gerrard.
Yeah.
I'm here because Steven Gerrard's here, if I'm being honest.
Yeah.
I want to play. Steven Gerrard, for me, was one of my favourite players of all time, and to sub him, it's going to be great.
to be fair, we spoke to Stephen earlier on, and he said he's only here because you're here. So
yeah.
He never played with the Magic
We'll
Man, he
see
said,
that
did
when
he?
he comes in at 4
when you
in the
mentioned
morning.
the France squad, Gallas, Oliver Dacour, Eric Abidal, Jouy, Julie, Desailly, Jokayev, Shirun. I mean, they're pretty good as well, aren't they?
What
Really?
price they?
1 to 40 beat England.
See, I was going to ask you, and whether or not you're the right man or not, who's your team? Who do you think can win this tournament?
I'd have to wait and see, because as we talk about legends, we talk about players. I haven't seen a lot of the other players for a long time, so you got to see. I mean, for me, I think Steven Gerrard will be the best player here, in my opinion. I think he'll be the best player here by head and shoulders. But I've just seen the pitch, and it's not a bouncy out or so.
Yeah.
That brings, for me, that says Brazil are going to be the team, because you need teams who have got a lot of close control, who's great on the ball, and they're comfortable on the ball. And for me, if we had balls, we'd be all right. We'd be whacking off the balls, and we'd be.
Yeah.
But I would say Brazil would definitely be the equation.
You played the first game, Paul, against Spain.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether that's a disadvantage, because I said to a couple of the guys, I said, you're probably going to be wanting to watch the next game and the next game and the next game after that, just to see tactically, will they start different to the way we play, or we'll do that in the next game rather than the way you might start the game.
Yeah, no, you're bang on, Macca. I mean, for me, it's hard because never played on it. I've never ever played football like this indoor before.
No, exactly.
It's always like the Masters and things.
Yeah.
It's always
Yeah.
been off the balls, 100 mile an hour. This makes you have to be a player.
Yeah.
I think fitness don't have to be. It's not about fitness in this now. It's about who's got the best players, who's got the best control, and who can make the ball work. And it's not. And I like that, because sometimes you watch the Masters. The best players are the ones that were pretty average when they were playing 11v11, but they kept themselves fit and they could run around. This ain't about that.
I think the big thing there is, sorry, Guillem, I was going to say that because they don't have the boards at the side, and it's just the line, the touch line, it's about keeping the ball in play, because you can let it go past you, take a breather, and let the ball come off the board and come back to you. You don't have the luxury of that.
And the interesting thing is that once you score the first goal, what do you do? If you're one ahead, what do you do? If you can keep the ball at this space. If it was smaller, it would be more difficult, but in a bigger pitch. But I was going to say, West Brom reckons you will be the one with the managerial qualities, as you were saying earlier. So if you had to choose, and he said the game should be started by the best 6 Yeah. So could you choose the best 6 of England right now?
Best 6 of England?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We've only got 20 minutes.
I'm going to go David James in goal.
Yeah, good idea.
To be fair, without being horrible, I've had to sleep on that. Yeah, he's in goal. And then I'm going to go Rio Ferdinand and Wes Brown at the back.
So
Got
2
to
at the
keep
back.
it solid, 2 at the back. And then Stephen Gerrard, Danny Murphy, and then
You need Michael Owen.
Michael Owen up front.
Well, that's a good.
I mean, you got
Strong team there.
whatever happens, you got to start off making sure you don't lose.
Yeah.
If you draw the first game, and then you go from there.
Yeah.
And we got Scotland.
Listen, there's only one other question I want to ask Paul before he goes. Could you pick the first 6 of the Chinese team as well before you go?
Let me have a...
No, I'm only kidding.
No, you get into
I
trouble.
can give you the fags they were smoking.
Well, listen, Lee Hendry's just got around and it doesn't happen very often, so I know you've got to get off.
Yeah,
Cheers, Paul. Good luck in this tournament.
Good cheer, Paul. Yeah,
And you, Nick. And you, mate.
Just looking through some of the other games in this on the first day on Thursday. So we got Mexico, Scotland.
Yeah.
Obviously, must be hopeful there.
Hopefully, yeah. Well, I don't think. Listen, none of the games are going to be easy, but hopefully, if we can get off to a good start, like Paul said there, I don't want a draw. I'd rather take a win, but not for 1 minute. I think that it'll be easy playing Mexico either.
No, another one to look at is Germany, France. I mean, that looks tasty.
Again,
That's a great game.
Germany, they could have picked against so many people that have been successful in recent times. The team is still strong, apart from Didi Hamann.
Yeah.
But again, France, for me, is the best squad, if you can call it that, the best squad in the tournament. They have players who are winners, who got quality, who can run, who can play for others. It's just a very strong team. Favourites for me.
And finally, Brazil, Italy. I mean, Nick, any tournament you want to see Brazil, Italy, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah, I mean, with Roberto Carlos here, everybody's going back to that 1997 free kick. I think they're going to try and recreate it at some stage. It'll be fantastic to see them play. But I think you look at those sides, you go, there's half a dozen there that could win it. I mean, I know there's 3 seeds and England are one of them, but do you know what? England, Brazil, France, Italy, Spain, who else?
One big thing.
There'll be a surprise as well. There'll be somebody like a Nigeria, like a China or a Denmark that we're not expecting because they get the knack of how to play it.
And do you know why there might be a surprise like that? Because it'll all be who picks up the pace of the game and who manages to control the situation they're in that is a completely alien to all of us because we're not used to playing this top set of game, and it'll be the team that gel quickly enough and get to grips with exactly what's happening out there that'll do really well.
Brilliant.
But just going to say, if you had to pick one player that really, really want to come and see, just one player, it has to be Stephen G for many, Stephen G. JJ Okocha.
Alessandro Del Piero.
But JJ Okocha, in that pitch,
Yeah, I know. Yeah, he'll be good. He'll be good. He'll be good. Yeah, listen, all the guys are going to be good, but I even just like saying Alessandro Del Piero.
You do it well. Well, guys, thanks very much for joining us. Alan, Guillem, and Nick, of course. And you can check out every day on Facebook Live with Betsafe, and the odds are changing all the time, so check them out on betsafe.com. And what have you got to be, Alan?
You got to be in it to win it.